is a classic album by itself. What you talking about? Stop playing.
Oh, for hell. I'm yelling no more talking, unless it's the truth. You in that bullshit walking. When I'm in
Yeah, welcome back to another edition of EDI Means Talk My Truth. I'm excited about this one. Listen, first, we're going to do this in two parts. So it'll be two segments of this one because we're going to celebrate and acknowledge the greatness of All Eyez on Me.
I won't deny it, I'm a straight rider. You don't wanna give up me. Got the police busting at me.
Yeah, y'all. It's the 29th anniversary of the magnum opus that is All Eyez on Me by none other than Tupac Shakur. You all know him. You all love him. If you're watching this, I'm sure you do. And you love that album because that album, Diamond Plus, a worldwide smash, probably Pac's most popular album. I would say that and Machiavelli. Although not my favorite Tupac album, it is a great body of work. So I want to give you guys a little backstory on the album All Eyez on Me, real quick. You guys know, most of y'all know, that the original title was Euthanasia, parts 1 and 2. I believe Pac got the idea of doing a double album, the first of its kind, I might add, in hip hop, from Stevie Wonder's Songs in the Key of Life. That great album. If you haven't ever listened to Stevie Wonder's music, or you may have missed that album, go back and do your homework and see where I believe Pac got his inspiration from, because he used to listen to that album a lot. We all did. It was a favorite in our family, and it's him, Marvin Gaye, Al Green. Those are just greats that you would always hear in our family from our mothers, parents, when they would play music. And so I remember Pac playing that album a lot. And then he decided to do a double album, which was unheard of at that point. It just, I can't emphasize that enough. It was unheard of. After Tupac did it, you saw a lot of double albums. Everybody wanted to do one, and most people did not reach that level, quite honestly, and they'll admit it. It's only a couple. So, All Eyez on Me, he decides to do a double album, Euthanasia. Right now, I want to shout out Suge, because Suge was the one that said to Pac, nah, not Euthanasia. And I believe he said, I can't sell that in Walmart. Something to that effect. Go look up the meaning of the word euthanasia. At the time, we didn't know. When he said it to us, Pac is a smart cat. You know what I mean? And so we trust his judgment. Okay, you want to name your album Euthanasia? That's what's up. Sounds different. I don't know what it means. You know what I mean? At the time, we didn't have Google at our fingertips, so you couldn't just go look it up. You had to literally go to a dictionary, physically go get a book, look it up, make sure you knew the spelling. To me, it sounded like youth in Asia. So, but evidently Suge knew what it meant. And Suge was like, nah. He said, why don't you name the song All Eyez on Me? A song that Tupac had already recorded by the time he was, about midway through All Eyez on Me. So he kicks the album off with Ambitious as a Rider. Comes out the gate swinging. Excellent beat by Daz. As soon as I heard the drums, I knew where Daz got those drums from, because I'm a hip-hop head and historian. And the drums came from the Pee Wee Herman by Joeski Love. Go look that up. That was a popular record in the 80s when I was a shorty. And it was just, I can't say enough. I believe it's Pac's most streamed song on Spotify, Ambitious as a Rider. Right after that, All About You, featuring Yacht, Fatal, rest in peace, Nate Dogg, produced by Johnny J. That whole song, everybody involved in that song is no longer with us except for Snoop. It's crazy to even think that 29 years later, the majority of the people that were involved in that song are no longer here. I remember the first time I heard it, and I was happy to hear Yak and Fatal on that record because I knew that was a single. I knew that would be a single. It just had all the elements of, a great G-funkish kind of record at that time. And Pac wasn't really doing a lot of G-funk type records on his previous albums. All Eyes on Me exposed a new Pac, in my opinion. He did a little bit of that on I Get Around. Pac had it in him, but those were not his popular songs up until that point. All About You, great record.
Guess it's true what they telling me. Fresh out of jail, life's hell for a black celebrity.
You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to Nate Dogg. Nate Dogg shows up on the next record, Scandalous, Killing the Hook, another Dash production. Incredible. To me, that record right there introduced like a more grown up, sophisticated sound for Pop. His production wasn't that slick at that point. He had great production on Me Against the World. And of course, that anniversary is coming up, and we'll talk about that when it hits in March. My favorite album by Tupac. Scandalous, like I said, one of my favorite records. Scandalous is one of those records that at the time I liked it, but it was so much other great happening that it kind of got lost in the sauce. But to think that's an album track, quote unquote filler. Scandalous Today sounds incredible to me. When I listen to that shit in the car, phenomenal. Then right after that, like I said, so much greatness on this project. You got My Mind Made Up. Pop, Daz, Corrupt, Method Man, Redman, and Inspector Deck towards the end. Whoa. I remember the first time Daz played this beat in the studio. It was just so new, so fresh. You know what I mean? To me, that was West Coast's version of boom bap hip hop. Done by a West Coast dude, Daz, one of the most underrated producers